Hello there, YouTube. It is I, the special grade sorcerer of the anime manga sphere, SSJ8 Cody. And today, I want to talk to you about probably my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z. Now, a lot of people, when they mention their favorite characters, they don't always talk about the underrated dogs who aren't as strong as Goku and Vegeta. It's normally like, I hear a lot of Goku, Vegeta. I hear some people say Piccolo's their favorite. I've heard some people say Frieza are their favorite. I've heard some people say that, Kid Buu or Super Buu or even Cell or even Hercule of all people. But when I hear people talking about Dragon Ball's best characters, it feels like Tien doesn't always get the love he deserves. But to me, he's one of the most compelling warriors of the entire series. Tien stands out to me as a character because I grew up watching him in the original Dragon Ball when he was still a villain fighting Goku, and watching I think it is the very first like villain to hero story that Toriyama pulled off within the series of Dragon Ball was so unique to me that I really thought Tien was going to be a villain for the whole time, and the fact that he wasn't is amazing. He has a lot of depth to his character. He has a lot of great character growth, and he has a lot of cool moments, even in Dragon Ball Z. And I think he embodies the spirit of martial arts more than any of the other fighters in Dragon Ball. But let's just start moving right on through it. Tien's introduction into Dragon Ball was as a disciple of the Crane School, which was in opposition to the Turtle Hermit School. Starting off, you have that direct foil to Goku being a disciple of Master Roshi and learning the Turtle Hermit and always finding that yourself is your only opponent. Whereas like the Crane School was always about finding your opponent and destroying them. And like these two direct foils having to like Toriyama being able to craft a character who works in this foil and is able to shift from the foil that he started out in into becoming more than both of the parts that made him is fantastic to me. Tien rises above both of the expectations that are set up for him, as stated by Master Roshi when he fought Tien in the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament. He has one of the it's such a unique character arc. Like, I think Tien's the original Vegeta. Tien's the original Piccolo. Tien is him, and we just gotta get that through. Oh, but Cody, what about Yamcha? They're not the. Let's just get this one thing straight. Yamcha turned good for pussy, and then he lost pussy. Tien turned good to become a better person in and of himself, and to help make his friends better people, and to give strength to the people who didn't have strength, like he didn't back when he got initiated into the Crane School. That's why he still keeps Chaozu with him. Tien's goated. He just is. Like, how can I sorry to keep gushing about Tien, but that's what this whole video is about. It's about telling you why Tien Shinhan is fucking awesome. You want to talk about some of his great moments? Let's talk about Tien versus Goku in the World Martial Arts Tournament. That's right, not the 23rd. Let's talk about their first match when Goku was a kid. Do y'all remember the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament? I hear a lot of people talking about the 23rd here lately, saying it's the best tournament in Dragon Ball. And while that might be true, damn it, I'm gonna be pissed if we don't remember the fucking shoulders of the greats they're standing on. Come on, y'all. Fucking Tien vs. Goku is a stellar fucking fight. Volleyball fist, the fact that Goku's leg wasn't long. The fact that they ended on a draw, but it was Tien who won ultimately, is just out of like growth, just out of like being a full-sized human adult is what Tien won. But seeing Goku overcome the trials and tribulations before him, to see Tien realizing that he could be a better warrior than what he was, epic, absolutely epic. I love seeing Tien even fully realizing this vision in fighting Mercenary Tao at the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. It literally was like a full circle moment of, like I said, becoming better than the parts that made you up. And also where he beat Master Roshi as well. He had overcome the Turtle School Hermit's teachings and the Crane schools, and physically put that on display at the 22nd and 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. At Tien, no one does it like you. But if we move into Dragon Ball Z, Tien still has a lot of really cool moments. Let's remember, oh, Cody, where was he when Raditz hit? You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. That's very fair. That's super fair. If everyone on Earth could sense energy, I don't think Tien would have stayed away. But I also think that if we remember how fast the Raditz arc was, especially in the manga, there wasn't really a lot of time for any other Earthlings to react. And I mean, Goku and Piccolo were already there. Like, if Tien had shown up, I'm not saying a tri-beam wouldn't have hurt Raditz, but it definitely would have changed a couple things in me. And so I would have loved to see Tien versus Raditz come up, but Tien's first epic moment in Dragon Ball Z, in fighting Nappa, huge. I loved seeing, because you got to remember, I grew up watching Tien. Tien is one of these pinnacles of power, and he's been built up in my mind, and I'm like, fuck yeah, Tien. And like, we had already lost Yamcha up until this point to a side, and watching Tien give his all versus these monsters that are, I guess, just napping the Cybermen. Tien doesn't even get a shot to fight against Vegeta. You know, shout out to Sparking Zero for giving my goat the glory he deserves. But when Tien loses his arm in that fight versus Nappa, he's still, without any reservation, I'm gonna keep fucking him up. And when Chaozu bravely gives up their life to make the ultimate sacrifice for it to amount to nothing, in a fit of rage, he decides he will sacrifice himself. And in one of the most emotional moments of Dragon Ball Z, he fucking one-arm Shinki Koho Nappa to no avail. But it's still one of the coolest, it's one of the hypest moments in Dragon Ball Z, I feel. Like, you can't undersell this moment if you didn't watch Dragon Ball, if you didn't read Dragon Ball, that's fine. I can understand why you might not think this is a cool moment, but when you see him using this move, when you know that it's him giving up his life force because he just saw his best friend die for nothing in front of him. Oh, peak. It's so peak. And you might think, oh, Cody, it ends there, right? No, it doesn't. He comes back again for a fight against Perfect Cell. That's right. Tien is on the fucking island, way into the fucking Cell saga of the series. We see Cell is ganging up on freaking Android 17, 18, and 16. And while Trunks and Vegeta have stopped the halting of progression towards 18, Cell makes a comment and is like, oh, I would beat you, Vegeta, if I was stronger. And Vegeta's like, bitchin', you go do that then. And so they went to go do that then. And fucking Trunks is like, father! And he stopped Vegeta for a little bit. And Cell was about to go absorb 18. And who shows up? Who decides it's enough time to stop waiting around and letting things happen to us? Let's have some agency back in this year. Tien breaks the shackles of being a fucking third-rate character. And he says, no, I'm Tien Shinhan. I come from Dragon Ball and I refuse to be written out of this plot. And Tien goes to fucking all the way from Master Roshi's island to that archipelago. Finds Cell going to find 18. And he said, run or blow yourself up. I don't care which. That's the Team 4-star line. But when Cell goes to leave that hole, Tien, with every fucking ounce of life energy in his body, Shin, Kiko, oh, Kiko, oh, that, you know he has no chance of winning. Not a shit in hell. Even Goku says it when he's talking to Gohan. He can't win. What is he doing there? He's giving his life for the righteous cause. And just because 18 and Krillin made the wrong decision, it's not the wrong decision in the long run because it won them the Tournament of Power. But if they made the wrong decision to let her live and let Cell get his perfect form. But did Tien make a wrong decision there? No. Tien rose up counted on his friends to make the right decision, and bought them the time they definitely needed to get rid of that android. And it didn't happen. And then everyone's like, oh, well, Cody, that's where it ends, right? If I told you you were wrong, would you believe me? What if I told you that after Super Boo, oh my god, the Boo Saga? Am I really going to bring this up? Yes. Yes, I am. Because after the Boo Saga, we find out that, not after the Boo Saga, during the Boo Saga, when Majin Buu goes to the top of Kami's lookout, Piccolo's like, oh, you want to fight a really strong people? Well, I mean, it's going to take some time. Why don't you go kill everyone else on Earth? And it'll be fine. And so Super Boo raises his hand up, and he kills all of Earth in one single attack. I think it's called Assault Rain in like a lot of the games. But when Super Boo goes to kill everyone on Earth, who dodges every attack and keeps Chiaotzu safe? That's right. I go at the end. But does it end there? No. No, it doesn't, Tien feels Goku's energy returning to Earth after a moment, and goes to fly over to Goku to help fight Majin Buu. And meanwhile, Majin Buu has already removed a tentacle from his head so that he could have his lower half of his body one-shot Tien. But Tien literally survived a human-ending apocalyptic attack. And instead of fighting away like some other heroes like Mr. Satan series might do, he went out to go find Goku, assess the situation, and then say, what can I do to help? I mean, he might have gotten one shot. Yeah. He got kicked in the back. Yeah. But Tien showed up. That's something you can't deny. And even after all the events of Dragon Ball Z, we still see Tien having a dedication to his training that I don't think anyone else in the series, maybe Roshi, has had. But Tien started his own dojo and instilling his own training techniques into this school. They're not Crane style. They're not Hermit style. They're Tien style. And I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful that the one person who has truly focused on martial arts and improving himself the entire series has found a way to not only improve himself, but improve the world and the lives of the people that surround him. Fucking, ugh. I love Tien, and I really think Tien embodies the heart of what makes Dragon Ball's martial arts spirit special. He really, always is seeing himself as the number one true enemy, and it doesn't matter what foe is in front of him, he's always looking for a way to help out. But what are some of your favorite Tien moments? Let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.